down, just in case if you missed out on it. All right. So coming into the day yesterday, I was bearish on Nasdaq. It was a pullback. If you remember, last week I made a video telling you guys how you can know when the weekly candle is expanding. All right, because you want to buy below the opening and you want to be a seller above the opening based on what 4 hour did. All right, so that gave me idea for this sell, though I didn't take this sell from here because of the time. All right, I only took this from here, which was based off my strategy, because one thing with this strategy is that I can actually trade it on lower time frame without high time frame direction. All right, so reason why they delayed this sell was because we have FOMC yesterday. All right, we have FOMC. So usually when we have FOMC, they're going to delay the move, right? Then after FOMC, then the move will happen. So that was what happened yesterday. So as I started seeing those delay, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me chill and see if they want to delay till today before the sell, then the buy. So remember, you want to be a buyer below the daily opening, the weekly opening. You want to be a seller above the weekly opening. It's a very simple thing, guys. It's a very simple thing. When 4 hour give you that direction, you can trust it. Of course, you refine your trade on lower time frame. So that was the reason for this sell. And also we cut this. Okay, I think I did a breakdown of this sell the other day. All right, the last video that I dropped was a breakdown of this sell. So this was a continuation. All right, so this one was a sell that we took. We took this sell. So let me go in 5 minutes and show you the sell, even the entry. So you can see here, this was the entry here. And as you can see, here's my receipts. We took the sell and we had our targets. This was a sell entry here. This was a sell here. This was the target. I told them that this is my magnets. These are my targets. So we had this target, and you can see before the sell started, this was me sending them the entry. This was the entry. This was just 5 minutes inversion. That is my entry. I think I'm gonna make video on entry. But one thing with me is that when it comes to entry, I don't see it as a big thing. You can take entry off anything. As long as everything has lined up, you can take entry off anything that you want. As long as you having your proper risk management, right? So you can see here, this was weekly opening. Above, you're a buyer above, below, sorry, you're a seller above, you're a buyer above, based on what 4 hour did. If 4 hour creates a point of interest above it, you want to trust that. If it creates points of interest below, you want to trust that. All right, so let's go back to the chart. All right, I hope I'm not missing any detail. So we had this sell from here. This sell was also the same thing. It was also, but I couldn't catch an entry. I was just watching price. So whenever they do this, that means they're rushing to somewhere. You know, after they delayed here, they are rushing to somewhere. I hope you're picking something out of this video, at least the weekly expansion that I reminded you. All right, and also this strategy. I've told you guys this strategy. If you want to get the complete of this strategy, join my YouTube membership. Just join my YouTube membership. I did a breakdown of it there, how you can mark out all this, all right, and how you can mark out all this. And I'm going to be sharing more videos on it. Like every week, I'm going to share more video on it, on high time frame, daily, many things over there. So guys, join, because this strategy, it's all you need. I'm not even here to play around. Of course, it's YouTube. Anyways, so here they rushed this. That's why I couldn't catch an entry here. All right. Even this again, they rushed it. I couldn't catch an entry here. I wanted to take this entry, but because of time and I wanted to see this low get swept. All right. You see the way this one was. I wanted to see something like that. All right, but I couldn't catch the entry, so I let it be. So I started catching my entry from here as soon as we broke above this, because this is actually the kind of entry that I prefer. You can see here we had this candles. These are all order block. All right, so these are all order block. So if you look at it carefully, it doesn't matter if it's big or if it's small, it's an entry. So now we expect price, whenever price pull back into this, right, it's going to be a nice level to catch another buy from. All right, this is not a financial advice. All right, this is just for educational purpose. All right, so this is where we're going to catch another buy from. It's a nice point of interest, so have that in mind. So here, reason why for this buy was that we have this 4-hour points of interest, which I have in mind for a long time from last week. Because again, one thing that I told you guys again in one of my videos that I made, right? If you want to catch the next candle, right? Look at the previous candle. What do we have left on the previous? Do we have a fair value gap that has not been tested or an order block that has not been tested on the previous candle? You can use that as your point of interest to expect the next candle to expand higher. All right, go in your chart, check whatever I tell you, just go and do your research on your chart. All right, go and do your research on your chart. Let's say we have this candle that expand higher. Let me paint it green. We have this candle that expand higher, right? Then we're bullish, everything is going bullish. Then the next candle open up. You want to go inside of this candle, apply your time frame alignment. If this is weekly, apply your time frame alignment. Go inside of this candle, which is the weekly, go on the 4-hour. Look, is there any other block that hasn't been tested? Is there a fair value gap that hasn't been tested? If there is one, that is your point of interest. You mark it out. Let this candle do its thing. Remember, you want to be a buyer below that opening. All right, so this is the other block here. Of course, it's on the 4-hour. Let's say the 4-hour was something like this. The 4-hour was doing its thing like this. Maybe came here, created this other block, right? It's so simple. Then when this one expand, so when this one manipulates lower, this is going to be your nice point of interest. Then this will expand up like this. You understand? Then this is where the wick will form. The wick will form somewhere here. This is where you see the wick form. Okay. Then when you look on 4-hour again, you will see. I'm not just drawing this because of what just happened recently in price. It's always there. All right. Then you will see something like this again on the 4-hour. All right. Then we're gonna have another point of interest here. Maybe have another one here, which price will be trading with. Right. Then at some point, you will see something like this again. Or if it breaks, then we can see something like this. Then you will start seeing the weekly candle start showing you some bearish signs. You start seeing daily showing you some. And if you also go on a daily, look for those fair value gaps. Look for those 4-hour previous low. Those are your strong key level for weekly to expand. You understand? Once those things start disrespecting, that is a sign. And again, we're only gonna have those. We usually have most of the times when we have those weekly expansion, those big week are during the time that we have those big news. You can see yesterday we have FOMC yesterday, right? We have FOMC yesterday. I don't know if there's something that I'm missing out because I just woke up right now. Like, okay, let me just make this video for you guys before you start your day. All right. So now what are we looking at on NASDAQ? Let me actually do some quick analysis. I don't know if I missed out anything on this trade that I told you. One of the most important things for this sell was that we are above and price swept Monday high also. This was a Monday high. We swept this Monday high, and of course we're going for the Monday low. That's the thing. All these things happen always. So now that we swept Monday low, right, price is either going to continue going lower or it will give a sign and continue going higher, because price only go up or go down. It doesn't do any other thing. You understand? When we're in a range, you target those low or those highs. You want price to sweep those lows, then you get a confirmation, then you buy. So as you can see here, reason why I was bearish here, right? Because look at these candles. These are all bearish candles here, right? This is bearish candle. So this is my high, this is my low. All right. So let me draw it out for you here. So when we have a high like this, this is how you want to look at structure. When we have a high like this, when we have this high and we have this low, See, trading is not all about just doing some fancy things on lower time frame. You need to know what high time frame is saying. So when we have a high like this and a low like this, you're bearish. Because why? We didn't sweep out this low yet. If we had swept this low, then cool. Then now we have a new high, and we don't know where this one will come to be low. So now that we have this high and low, right? You want this to get swept before you have a new low. So if this gets swept, right? If price sweep this, then now you can start looking for a long-term buy, right? So there's a difference between this and this. This won't lead to a long-term buy. This will lead to a long-term buy unless we break above this. And when we break above this, I don't even see that as a high probability. I see it here as a liquidity. So we need to sweep this liquidity first, then we can get a sharper buy. Nasdaq always do this. Always. Let me show you examples. Look at here. We have this high. We have this high here. We have this low. So this day, everybody were waiting for this to happen, but it didn't happen. But guess what? As soon as price broke back this high, then we started going up. All right. So, excuse me. So here we have this high and we have this low. See, price swept this low, right? Then we started going up. Why didn't it go up from here? Okay, so here on this day, we have this high, we have this low. Price swept this low, then started going up, all right? So I don't have a name for it. I know some of this, some of this mentor, once they see something that price always do, that people trade, it's been taught so many times, just that some of you don't pay attention. They want to change the name to something else. So look at this high and this low here, all right? Let me turn off this so I can see this clear. So look at this high and this low. So see when price got up here, it wasn't a sharp move to the upside. Then guess what happened? We came back, we swept this low. That is when the big move started. Right? So these things always happen. Sometimes it's going to be big, sometimes it's not going to be big. So when you see this, right, respect it, even on the lower time frame. Let me show you. Let me show you why, another reason why I was bearish yesterday. Excuse me. So when you go on the 5 minute, right? When you go on 15 minute, look here. We had this high, we had this low, right? I don't buy this, right? Only when I want to buy is when we sweep this low. See, we swept this low and we had that buy. Price was hard. It was difficult for it to go down because this is already bullish, right? Though we sold from here, right? I sold from here because I was bearish on the higher time frame and price was inside of a fair value gap also, right? So we had this. So now we have this high and we have this low. But let me show you. We have this high here. We have this low here, or I can mark this as my low. I can actually mark this as my low, but this is going to be the low here. All right, we have this high, we have this low. Price swept it, then went up and started moving. This is not the most cleanest example that I can show you, but it is what it is also. All right, so when you see all those bearish candles, bullish candles, you understand? Not because price started pushing up means we're bullish. So some of you might have taken a buy here because it's like, oh, we're breaking above this high, the price will just come take you out. This is when the main buy will start. You understand? So now that we've taken out the high time frame liquidity, it's all buy throughout the week. It's all buy. This is not a financial advice, all right? It's all buy throughout the week. You can see we've taken out this. So the next thing now, it's a buy. It's a buy till the week ends, right? And if you look again, where did the weekly, go and watch that video where I talked about how you want to catch the big move of the week. All right, so if you add this, what I told you, what I just explained in this video to it, then you will be able to catch that move. You catch that move better. All right, so these are the things that I'm teaching in my YouTube membership. I will have a lot to teach there, a lot that I will refine, I will go down. And of course, those that are in my YouTube membership, right, they have access to join this here where I share the setups where I share the setups, show them entry, show them where I'm looking for entry from, show them all this. So, and it's not even, anyways, it's up to you. So now we're looking at these levels here for today. Where I'll be looking at, first of all, this is going to be my long-term points of interest. This fair value gap here, this one here, or if price decides to pull down here. But I'm not expecting a big retracement today. All right, I have a buy that I'm holding from here. The buy came from here. As soon as I saw this, I took a buy from here, put my stop loss at entry, closed some of my profit when we got here. So I'm holding a buy from here. So if you want to see the buy, many people want receipts for everything. So this is the buy that I'm holding. I'm still holding this buy from here, holding this buy from here. So once you pay attention to this high time frame and pay attention to structure, I have strategy that I use for entry, but I still pay attention to structure. You understand? Still pay attention to structure, see what's going on. Then I will know when to hold my trade longer and when to close my trade quick. Because I won't lie to you, before I learned these things on my own, right? Because I paid these mentors, I paid them, but they didn't teach me anything, nothing. They didn't teach me anything. Just pay them for nothing, for nothing. Not cheap, expensive pay. Then I decided that, okay, I'm gonna go to the chart, I'm gonna do my research, I'm gonna learn this thing all by my own. I'm gonna learn this thing based on things that repeat. So whenever I see something repeats, right, I write it down. Okay, this thing repeats this time of the week. Next week, I want to look for it again. Or this thing repeats today. Tomorrow, I want to see how it will play. Then I want to see how is the high time frame, what is the high time frame saying, what is the lower time frame saying, how are they aligning. When we get to it, you see before, right? Before, when I see move like this, I chase it just for price to pull back up and stop me out. Then I lose on this sell and miss this buy. Then now I said, okay, I'm not gonna ever take any trade that is breaking out of this or breaking out of this. That is how I was able to take advantage of this, then study something else that will help me catch a buy from here. You understand? So I have all the tools. Which I'm going to drop all of them in my YouTube membership. Though I'm going to be doing more for you guys here too, all right? So it's not like, but if you want more, right, you join my YouTube membership. That is just the thing, okay? So, so now we have this, I have this fair value gap here. I have this inversion here. This is going to be my setup for the rest of the week. I have this here. I have this fair value gap here. So why am I not looking? This fair value gap, I really don't pay much attention to this one. Okay, let's use the fib and see. After this manipulation from here to here, you can see it's not even inside of a 50%. This one is the one that lines up with 50%. But again, if this can be below my liquidity level, let's look at the liquidity level. See, the liquidity hasn't even closed yet. So it's gonna close around 6. It's still long time before it closes. So let's see how New York section will open up. Then let me also add this here. 8:30. 8:30 is when I will get the high probability set up. So let's see how New York section will open up. So let's see. We also have a point of interest here on 15 minutes. We have this other block on 15 minutes. So if I'm gonna buy, maybe from here, if this doesn't hold, then this fair value gap, I would like them to leave this fair value gap till next week. Let's use it to push price up to next week, or use it for the manipulation level if price decide that it wants to start going down. Anyway, guys, this was a breakdown and some teaching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you wrote things down. I always tell you, write things down. I make these things very simple. I make it very, I don't use names. I don't try to change the names and no. Because when I studied them, nobody told me the names, right? Only what I know is order block, fair value gap, highs and lows, time and things like that. Fair inflation, fair value gap, whatever. So please, I hope you wrote things down. If you want to change your name, the name, I said if you want to change your name. If you want to change the name, you can change the name of anything. You can turn it to yours as long as you understand what it does. That's what matters. You understand? Let's win these things together. You understand? Leave all these mentors that will just take your money and teach you nothing. There is one which I'm gonna call him out one day. I know he still I know he still peep around to see what I'm doing. I know. I know he still peep around to see what I'm doing, but he shouldn't worry. One day is one day, right? This guy goes around, take money from students, teach them nothing, nothing at all. Teach them nothing at all. There's many of them. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. One day is one day. One day is one day. And when you talk about what he did, he will want to sue you. He will want to threaten you with the money that he has gathered from other students, right? Because the thing there is that they think that when a student comes to them, right, the student have nothing. So now they want to use the money that they get from other students to threaten that like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Don't worry. Don't worry. One day, aka ga-akpara gị, aka ga-akpara gị, aka. I don't know if anybody understand what I'm saying. I'm speaking my language. Aka ga-akpara gị. Not me. I'm not the one that I don't have your time. But one day is one day. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Just gonna go start up my day now. Then I'll get back to the chat later on.